Perhaps you have experienced that moment before. Just one seemingly harmless comment, a glance that feels a little cold, a message that is seen but left without a reply. And suddenly, your heart tightens. Your mind begins to race. What did I do wrong? What are they thinking about me? Do they look down on me? Each thought becomes a tiny blade striking the insecurities you try so hard to hide. We often believe that others are the ones who hurt us. But according to the Buddha's teachings, the pain we feel does not come from the outside world. It comes from the way our mind interprets what happens. It is not the words or actions that hurt us, but the negative story we create around them. We see everything as a judgment against us and become trapped in the cycle of personal interpretation. If you are tired of letting others control your emotions so easily, if you want to keep your inner peace no matter what anyone says or does, then in this video, we will explore 5 profound Buddhist teachings that will help you stop taking things personally. You will learn how to protect the calm within your heart and become unshaken, even when life tries to test you. Lesson 1. It's not always about you. When someone says something that hurts you or behaves coldly toward you, our first reaction is often to blame ourselves. The mind immediately assumes that every action from others is a judgment directed at us. But in reality, most of what they express has nothing to do with us. People act from their own inner world, from storms of emotions we cannot see. Someone may snap at you simply because they are overwhelmed, afraid of something, or carrying old wounds that have never truly healed. When we do not understand this, we fall easily into the feeling of being attacked. Every sharp word becomes an arrow aimed straight at our heart. Every silence feels like proof that we are not good enough. But the Buddha taught that everyone sees the world through the lens of their own mind. A person who is suffering finds it difficult to offer kindness. A restless mind will naturally behave in restless ways. You may simply become the closest place for them to release their negativity, but that does not mean you are the cause of their struggle. In such moments, instead of drowning in painful assumptions, gently ask yourself, is this really about me? This simple question has the power to cut through excessive personalizing. It allows you to step outside the story your mind is inventing. It reminds you that you are not the center of the universe and not the target of every negative feeling around you. When you realize this, you learn to return the energy that does not belong to you. You no longer have to carry the weight of their anger. You no longer have to defend yourself against judgments created by your own thoughts. You can take a soft breath and whisper inside, "This is not mine to hold." And in that very moment, you reclaim your power. You step out of the emotional whirlwind created by others and protect the peace that lives within your own heart. Lesson 2. The story the mind invents. Even though we now understand that other people's actions are rarely about us, the mind still has a powerful habit. It constantly writes its own scripts without our permission. When we encounter a neutral event like a friend not responding to a message, a coworker walking by without saying hello, or someone suddenly changing their tone, the mind immediately begins to analyze. And unfortunately, it tends to choose the most negative story possible, based on old fears and painful memories we have carried for years. A single passing glance can turn into the belief that they look down on us. Someone's sigh can become proof that they dislike us. A few minutes of silence from a loved one can transform into a harsh judgment that we have disappointed them. What makes this more challenging is that none of these things are real. They exist only in our imagination, yet our bodies react as if the danger is true, triggering anxiety, anger, and hurt. The Buddha pointed out that the mind is a talented storyteller, but also the most dangerous deceiver if we believe everything it creates. Many monks remind us of this truth. The greatest prison is the one we build with our thoughts. When we cling too tightly to the stories the mind invents, we imprison ourselves in fear and doubt. So what can we do? We learn to recognize that a thought is just a thought. It is not reality. Thoughts are like clouds passing across the sky of awareness. Whenever the mind creates a negative narrative, pause for a moment and ask, is this really true, or just something my mind is creating? Observe the emotion rising within you without merging with it. When you clearly see that thoughts are only waves on the surface of the lake, you no longer get pulled into the depths. You become the witness instead of the victim. And in that very moment, the prison of the mind begins to dissolve. You become a little freer, a little stronger, and far more at peace. Lesson 3. The power of non-reaction. As we begin to see clearly that thoughts are just thoughts, we also start to recognize how important our reactions truly are. In life, what hurts us is often not what others do, but how we respond to it. The Buddha once shared a well-known example. A man came to insult him with harsh and hateful words, yet the Buddha remained calm. When the man angrily demanded to know why he did not get upset, the Buddha smiled and said that if a gift is given but the receiver does not accept it, the gift still belongs to the one who offered it. Insults work the same way. If we do not accept them, they cannot harm us. This is the power of non-reaction. When we stay silent in the face of negativity, we are not denying what is happening, but we are refusing to let our minds be dragged into someone else's emotional storm. We choose to keep our own energy intact, and that choice is an act of profound power. So how do we practice this? Whenever emotions begin to surge, pause, breathe, observe. Pause to prevent yourself from reacting impulsively. Breathe to bring awareness back into the body. Observe to see the situation clearly as it is, without adding stories or judgment. Just one moment of stillness can transform the entire outcome of a conflict. Imagine yourself as a mountain, steady, silent, untouched by the strong winds that pass by. The wind may carry shouting, anger, or hurtful words, but the wind will eventually move on. The mountain remains unshaken. You are the mountain, not the wind. Other people's emotions are only passing breezes. When you choose not to react, you silently declare to yourself, "This peace belongs to me. No one can take it away unless I hand it over." And by living with that understanding, you step into a state of strength that nothing outside of you can disturb. Your mind becomes protected by the very stillness that lives within you. Lesson 4. Let go of the identity you are defending. When someone says something that touches a wound inside us, the pain we feel does not truly come from their words. It comes from the part of us that feels threatened. Someone calls us useless, and it hits the part of us that longs to feel valued. Someone says we are not good enough, and we hurt because deep down, we fear that it might be true. Every time we feel wounded, it is the ego rising up to protect itself. In the teachings of the Buddha, there is a profound concept called anatta, or non-self. Non-self does not mean that we do not exist. It reminds us that there is no solid identity we must protect for the rest of our lives. The self we cling to is only a collection of thoughts, memories, beliefs, and ideas we have been conditioned to hold about who we are. It constantly changes as life changes. Yet we treat it as a precious possession that must be defended at all costs. And because of that, we are easily shaken whenever someone touches the fragile parts of this imagined identity. But what if we could see ourselves as water, always changing and flowing? What if we recognized that praise and criticism are only ripples on the surface? Would we still seem to react so strongly? The more tightly we cling to who we think we are, the easier it is for the world to disturb us. But the one who understands non-self becomes truly free. When there is no rigid ego to protect, we no longer fear others' judgment. When someone praises us, we receive it with a gentle smile but without pride. When someone criticizes us, we listen without shrinking. Words are simply words. They no longer have the power to harm us. And in that act of letting go, we discover a different kind of strength, a strength that does not come from proving anything, but from not needing to prove anything at all. We become spacious, lighter, and unshakably grounded. Our mind is no longer a battlefield that must be guarded. It becomes a quiet space that can hold everything without losing peace. You can take a deep breath and remind yourself, I am not what they say about me. I am far greater than the ego the mind is trying to protect. Letting go is how we set ourselves free. Lesson 5. Respond with compassion, not ego. When someone directs negative energy toward you, your natural instinct is often to strike back. You want to prove that you are right. You want them to feel the same pain they just made you feel. But the more you react from your ego, the more you hand over control of your emotions to them. Meanwhile, the Buddha's teachings remind us that those who hurt others are hurting deeply within themselves. No one who is truly peaceful goes around spreading pain. No one who feels genuine happiness attacks another. What they need is not another battle, but understanding. This is where wise love begins. It is not blind forgiveness that excuses harmful actions. It is a love grounded in wisdom, capable of seeing through the ugliness of a behavior to the heart crying beneath it. When someone is angry, we can see what they are afraid of. When someone attacks, we can see they are protecting the most vulnerable part of themselves. Compassion allows us to see with the eyes of truth rather than with the reactions of the ego. Whenever you are about to respond with anger, pause and silently send a blessing in your heart. May you be free from suffering. May you find peace. Boom. This mantra is not for them. It is for you. Because when you bless instead of retaliating, you stop the negative energy from entering you. You refuse to reflect the harm they bring. Instead, you transform it into something higher. When you choose to respond with compassion, you are no longer a victim of someone else's emotions. You become the master of your own energy. And in doing so, you gently help the other person face the truth of their own pain. This is the power of compassion, not the strength of one who conquers another, but the strength of light overcoming darkness. Compassion does not make you weak. It helps you stand tall through any storm with a heart that cannot easily be dragged down. When your inner world is wide and open, nothing from the outside can truly hurt you anymore. Freedom begins within through the choice to love instead of to react with anger. As we come to the end of this journey, you may realize something very important. True peace does not arrive when everyone treats you more kindly or when life becomes less challenging. Peace begins when you stop placing yourself at the center of everything. Peace begins when you see that the words and actions of others are mostly reflections of their own inner world, not the truth about you. When you stop believing every story the mind invents. When you learn to pause before reacting and choose to protect your own energy. When the ego no longer feels threatened and the heart learns to see with compassion, you do not need to change anyone. You only need to change the way you see and the way you respond. And with just that inner shift, the whole world in your eyes begins to change. You grow lighter, steadier, and no one can easily disturb the peace within you anymore. If these teachings have brought you clarity or comfort, and you wish to continue your journey back home to yourself, I warmly invite you to subscribe to this channel. Let us grow a peaceful heart together, day by day. You deserve that serenity. You deserve a life where your inner calm cannot be taken away.